look up. For the review now, again, I already did most of the odds with the other class. So what I would like to do with you guys is just go back to the top, go through the evens. All right, then tomorrow finish up. If you want to tonight, I would recommend that you try to do as much as you can. And then tomorrow in class, all we're going to do is what? Study a little bit.
Yes.
All right, so here we go. It's about remembering all the rules. All right, so here we go. Let's slide down. All right, and let's see how well you remembered these things. All right, question number 2. All right, you're writing it with exponents. You're writing it with exponents. So in this case, it's going to be 3b to the 4th. Anybody have any issues? Everybody okay with that? All right, now reviewing the notes for negative exponents. Remember, if it was a negative exponent, you just have to move it. All right, because it's 4 to the negative 5, that would simplify to 1 over 4 to the 5th. Everybody good with that? All right, let's continue on. All right, now when we're doing division, what I normally try to do is I try to tell kids, write it as a fraction. Write it as a fraction. So this is going to be negative 2 to the 5th over 2 to the 3rd. All right. Now what I want you to do is I want you to remember to look carefully on this one because I thought this was kind of a tricky question. The final answer is going to have to be what? Negative. All right. Again, highlight the negative there. That just means that the answer itself is going to be negative because it's not, well, it's, in other words, the 5 does not affect the negative. All right, so it stays negative. All right, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. So this answer really is just negative 2 to what power?
Second.
Yeah, to the 2nd power. Yep, you subtract. Right? Subtract exponents for division. All right. Now let's take a look at number 8. Writing that in standard form, when you raise something to the 3rd power, that means you just move it 3 places to the right. So I would have to do what, Alex? Yeah, tell me. You're awesome. 7,490. Or you move it 3 places to the right. Okay. Now, again, using exponents, how many 7s do we see there? 5. So that's just equivalent to 7 to the 5th power. 7 to the 5th. All right. Now, let's go down to question number 12. Again, the same principle. A lot of people make a mistake because they accidentally put a 9 here. We do not change the base. So, Cole, what's the answer?
Oh, on number 12.
Very good.
So 3 and
3 to the what power?
8.
Yes, very good. 3 to the 8th, not 9. Not 9. Okay? That's right. The base stays the same. You add the exponents. All right? Now, with division, just double check yourself on 13s. Everybody see how that's 5 to the 1st? And then let's take a look at 14. I made my kids do 14 in the last class. So everybody look up on the board. Make sure you tried 14 and see if you agree that 14 is 12x to the 8th. All right? And if you're having a discussion or if you're not sure about something, now I want to discuss it with you. Yes?
How come it wouldn't be 7x?
Because you're multiplying numbers and you're adding exponents. All right? That literally says 3 times 4. It doesn't say 3 plus 4.
So when it's not the same base.
Yeah, you multiply numbers, right? Multiply numbers and add exponents. That's the rule. All right? Now, let's take a look at number 16 now. It says the wavelength of an ultraviolet wave. Yes, thank you. If he needs help, I want to help him. Speak up, Cole. You hear me? All right, that's the whole point of me doing it in front of you guys. All right. The wavelength of an ultraviolet wave is 10 to the negative 10 meters. Write the wavelength of the ultraviolet light wave as a fraction without a negative exponent. So how would I write that, Ben, without a negative exponent?
You put 1
That's correct.
over 8.
That's right.
10 to the 10.
That's exactly right. 1 over 10 to the 10. Is everybody with me on that?
Yes.
All right. So anytime you have a negative exponent, you just have to move it. All right. Now, here is what I want to do. Let's go ahead and just jump to 18 real quick. All right. Writing in scientific notation, which you guys already told me was easy. So that is what?
1 plus 608 should be, and then times 10 to the, or 8.
Close. Still close.
-7.
Negative 7, right? Yeah.
Oh, could you go?
Just remember, the decimal is negative. All right, and I try to remind you guys, small numbers require negative exponents. Small numbers require negative exponents. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
All right. So here we go. Number 20. Will.
Oh, okay. So 400,000.
No, 300
Oh, sorry.
on number 20.
3. Oh, okay. So that would be 49, or sorry, 4.95.
I see a 3.
Or oh, I didn't even see the 3. Sorry, I thought that was.
That's okay. Come on, buddy.
Okay. 3.495 times 10 to the 6.
Yes, perfect. All right. Allison, help me out. Standard. So how do I write 3 times 10 to the 8th? What would I need? Mm-hmm. Now, look right here, though, kiddo. See the decimal is here? So I have to move it how many places? So I need, yes, I need 8 zeros. Do you see that or not, Allison? All right, 8 zeros. So it looks like 300 million. Everybody okay with that? All right, Kate, you help me out. Write it in, now it says write it in standard form. You see that? That is standard form, though. So I think they meant write it in what? Scientific notation.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, very good. Write it in scientific notation. Go ahead. Good. Times 10 to the what? Now remember, kiddo, look here. You started. Yes, there you go. Remember that now. Again, I always try to tell you now, make yourself notes when you make a mistake so you know which ones to look over. All right, that's what we should be doing. All right, now what I want to do is let's take a look at 26. All right, let's come over here. Miles, what about 26?
26. There. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to? Alright. There.
So you're multiplying the numbers together. What do you get?
4 times -4 times 3 would be -12.
That's right. And then just put the variables in. -12 PR. Yes. Okay, yeah. Listen, I'm glad you said that. Good for you. All right, he looked ahead, looked at 25. I want to explain 25, so everybody's got to pay attention on 25. All right? Everybody look at 25. I'm just going to erase what I have down here, right? And then we want to talk about it. Because, again, one of the kids last class was kind of nervous because we hadn't seen this. right? And ask me about the test. I don't care about what's on the test. Just review this information. All right? There's going to be a couple tricky ones. Does everybody agree? A little tricky, right? So you got to get used to it. All right? Now, this is not something you've seen, so let's take a look. All right? It says, suppose a wildfire is doubling every 6 hours. If the initial size of the fire was 1 acre. Now, here's what I want you to write down, please. I want you to write initially. Initially now, listen to me. I need everybody to write down when time is 0. How many acres are burning? 1. So I want everybody to put now next to t equals 0, I want you to put 1a. And 1a stands for obviously 1 acre. Is everybody good with that?
Yep.
Then it says every 6 hours it doubles. Right, so underneath that I want you to say, well, after 6 hours, how many acres are affected?
6.
After 6 hours, how many acres are affected?
2.
Why 2?
Doubling.
It's doubling. Is everybody with me?
And then after,
So hold on, Cole, what do you think the next step is?
well, if it doubles again from 6, so 6 times 6. Wait.
Don't tell him no, let him think.
2 times 2.
Would
Because
be?
it's doubling is 4.
Right, so how many hours would it take to jump to 4 acres?
12.
Right, at 12 hours, you would be at 4 acres. All right, hold on. Carly, what's next?
Then it would be 144
No, where are you at?
because 12.
What are we doing
Oh,
for?
12 plus
Come on now, girl, follow the pattern. Look up on the board and follow.
24.
Look up on the board and follow the pattern.
24.
Why 24?
Is 12 plus 1 is
No, that's not what we're doing. From here to here and from here to here, what am I doing? Every what?
6.
6 hours.
So 20.
Why 20?
Oh, 18.
Good. Don't be sorry. Just stay with me. All right. So now, after 18 hours, now how many acres are affected?
2.
Yes. Following patterns. All right. All right, Emily. What's next?
And then it's 24.
That's right.
And 16.
Good job. All right. Caroline Danzy, what's next?
Then it would be t equals 30,
Right.
and it would be 48.
How many?
Oh, I'm sorry. It would be 32.
Yes, 32 acres. All right. Now, who asked me about this problem? Okay, so you're up, Jake. What would be next?
So t would equal 36.
Mm-hmm.
32 times 264.
That's how easy. All right, Lander, what's next?
It would be 42
Good,
and 128.
good. And finally, Hunter, you with me on this? You paying attention? What would it be?
It would be 8 acres.
48.
48 hours.
I would have what?
2 days.
Good, but how many acres?
236.
Almost. 256, right?
Oh.
256. So after 2 days, there are going to be how many acres burning? 256. Now, I don't think that's that particularly hard. So I agree with that?
Yeah, I did it in my head.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with that. Oh, I'm totally fine with that. But I'm saying some of the kids were having trouble. They were a little nervous about it. So I said, look, all you got to do is write it down. Every 6 hours, you're doubling. Right? And if you can go 1, 2, 4, 8, that's fine with me. All right? Because you got to know how many times is it going to double. All right? And you just double it that many times. Right?
Yes. I just had a question. When so basically, once we got to 6, we just added 6 and then added 6.
Well, because it says, why are we adding 6?
Because every 6 hours.
That's right.
Oh, okay. That makes
Exactly.
sense.
Okay? So now let's take a look at 28. All right, who's going to write that as a fraction for me? Go ahead, Lander.
28.
Yeah, it's right there on the board.
Yeah.
What is it?
It would be 2 over 5 to the 4th power.
That's how simple. 2 fifths to the 4th power. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, now we're just doing some evaluations just to see if you remember your order of operations and your exponents. All right, so everybody should write down this on your paper. 6, open, 3 to the 3rd power minus 1/8 times 3 to the 4th power minus 15. Okay, this one's going to be kind of tricky. All right, again, we're practicing our mental math. No reason for a calculator. What's 3 to the 3rd? 27. Does everybody agree with that? So I have now 6 times 27 minus 1/8. 3 to the 4th, you should be able to tell me, is 81. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
And now 6 times 27, I think, is 162 minus 81 over 8 minus 15. Does everybody see that? Okay. Now again, here we go. Yeah, now look, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to rewrite it again because I want to show you the mental math. 162 minus 10 and 1/8 minus 15. Is everybody with me on this? Look now, I'm trying to show you how to mental math with fractions, so eyes up. Not many people can look at that and tell me what the answer is. I want you guys to be able to look at that and tell somebody what the answer is.
Well, like you do, so 1 over 10 thirds, or 10, or 1 over 10 to the 3rd power is 1 over 1,000.
What are we doing?
We're doing the one above that.
We're doing the one above that. All right, so here we go. 162 minus 10 is what? 152, right? Now, watch me. I'm not going to do the fraction yet. I'm going to subtract another 10, which makes it what? 142 minus 5. 137. Is everybody hearing me? 137 now, please pay attention, minus 1/8.
136 and 7.
That's what you should be able to tell somebody, right? 136 and 7/8. 136 and 7/8. Is everybody okay with that? Here we go, guys. 136 and 7/8. Does everybody need me to explain that again? Anybody need me to explain that again? Yes. Well, because I think of it in terms of like pizzas. If I eat one slice out of 8, I have what? 7/8 left. Does that make sense? So when I was at 137 minus 1/8, it became 136 and 7/8. You okay with that? You see that or not? Right? I can do the math for you, but I feel like you should know that. Yes, Caroline, what?
This what would be able to use
I think I'm going to make the quiz easy enough that you don't need your calculator. You with me on that? That's what I'm saying, mental math. But I'm not 100% sure. I might make a calculator and a non-calculator. I just don't know yet. All right, I just want you to know everything on here. Right? What?
I have a question. Can you use the
What?
wouldn't 6 times 3 would be 18? 16. Oh yeah, I'm right.
You have to do the exponent first. You have to do the exponent first. You hear me now? Right? Is everybody good with that? That's a good question, especially for the mental math as far as your fractions go. All right? Now, let's take a look at question 32. Here we go. 432. It says Sylvia had $60 in her savings account before making several withdrawals and deposits. So she has 60. If you deposit, what's a deposit?
You put in.
You put money in.
And when you withdraw,
You take money out.
all right, so here we go. Let's see how good you are with mental math from here. All right, stay with me. So you have 60, you deposit 25, that makes what?
85.
85. Then you pull out 75, you have what? Uh-oh. And then you withdraw 100, that means your account is what?
In the negative.
Negative 90. And then you're adding what?
125.
So how much is in your account?
35.
Yes, $35 in your account. $35. Everybody okay with that? What? Very good? All right, anybody have any questions with that? All right. Now, quotient means to do what?
Divide.
Divide. So we're dividing what?
10 to the 6th.
10 to the 6th over,
10 to the 10 squared.
which is to what power? Yes. So my final answer for that, 10 to the
Negative.
what?
Wait. 10 to the
10 to the fourth, right? Because again, when you're dividing, you're subtracting exponents, remember? 6 minus 2 is 4. Anybody have any questions? Everybody good? All right, here we go. Continue on. All right, 36. 635 billion. I've got to write 635 billion and scientific notation. So here we go. The first thing we have to do is we have to write it out. 635, that's million, right? So this is billion. 635 billion.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So it's 6.35 times 10 to the
Count the threes. Count by threes. Not no. Come on.
6.35 times 10 to the 11.
Yes. 6.35 times 10 to the 11th. All right. Does anybody have any questions with that?
Oh, I see.
Any questions with billions? All right, here we go. Let's take a look at 38. Write the numbers from smallest to largest. All right, so I think the most important thing is get them all into scientific notation, correct? Right, so this one right here, I have to write that in scientific notation. That would be what?
It would be 3.13 times 10 to the negative second.
Good job. Very good. All right, is everybody okay with that? What? All right, so now here we go. I want the smallest number. All right, to find the smallest number, you look for the smallest exponent. In this particular case, what's the smallest exponent? What's the smallest exponent? Yeah, -4. Well, we got a problem with that, right? Because there's 1, 2, 3 -4s. I didn't even do the other one. I didn't even see that one. What would that one be? 3.03 times 10 to the
Negative.
I like that. All right. So now the ones that are highlighted, you now have to say which one of those, right, is the smallest. 3.03, or 3.13. Okay. Wait a minute now.
No, that would be the.
Yeah, look again, guys. Think about it for a second. 3
3.13 times 10 to the negative 4, right?
is what?
Is yeah, small. Because it's got 3. Oh no, it's 3 times 10 to the negative 4 because it's got 0.13, which is
Yeah, guys. Look, you're really now, listen.
That's like 3 point.
Just listen now. All you're doing is you're comparing. Now, these numbers, the exponents are the same, right? So now, literally, you're just comparing the decimals. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
They're not negative this time. Yesterday, they were negative. Right? Right now, they're not. So this right here, 3 is smaller than what? 3.03 and 3.13. Everybody make sure you're hearing me on that. Right? Is everybody okay with that? So again, the smallest would be what? 3 times 10 to the negative 4. Right? Then it would be what? 3.03 times 10 to the negative 4. Then 3.13 times 10 to the negative 4. Is everybody okay with that? And then it would be now comparing the smallest would be the negative 3. So then it would be 3.03 times 10 to the negative 3, and then 3.13 times 10 to the negative 2. All right, and I'm gonna get rid of that for a second, and then I'm gonna move that over. All right, please, I hope everybody's listening to me on that, because that was actually kind of tricky. All right, what's the matter?
How come you would say that 3.13 is the second smallest when you have 3.03? And they're both the negative power. Because you said that 3.0.
Okay, so everybody's good with 39?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry, that was actually 38. I just put it in 39 spot. All right, so let me make sure I fix that for you guys. So I'll put that up there. All right. Now, let's look at 40. Again, this should be a good little mental math exercise here. What's 4 times x?
4 would be negative 36.
Good. Negative 36. Now, what's 5 times z?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. But because there's a negative there, it makes it
Plus.
positive, right? So that answer was, yes, negative 31.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait.
Double check that now. All the positives and negatives are important. What? What do you want it to be? Why do you think it's, I'm not sure why you're saying it's 4. I'm not sure what you mean. Shh. Let her talk. Okay. Now, what's z again? What's z? Negative 1. So on 42, it's going to be negative 5 times negative 1 plus 8 times, what was x again? Negative 9, right? So negative 5 times negative 1, though, is 5, right?
The answer would be negative 67. Yeah. No, 77.
It would be 5 minus 72, right?
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, no, so it'd be
That's what I'm saying. Right now, guys, you just have to be careful with your positives and negatives. Don't go too fast. So the answer is what?
Negative 67.
Negative 67. All right, negative 67. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at 44. Again, what's x times y? Negative 27 divided by 9 minus 4 times negative 9. All right, so what's negative 27 divided by 9?
3.
Negative 3. And then negative times a negative is a, so 4 times 9 is,
36.
so negative 3 plus 36.
That would be 33.
Yes, 33.
Oh,
Everybody good with that? Any issues? Yeah, I don't think so either. All right. We got a few more minutes, right? What time's the bell ring?
127.
2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes. Let's do a couple more. Negative 81 and negative 75. Negative 156. Right? 48. Negative 4 times negative 22.
Is negative.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you're multiplying?
Yeah, so
So
it'd
be
be positive 88.
Wow, you boys, that was slow, man. 4 times 22. 88. Negative divided by negative is a,
8.
right, positive 8. All right.
What did you get for 46 again?
one negative.
Okay, now listen. Again, guys, what I really want you to try to do is I really want you to try to finish as much as you can tonight. All right? Honestly, all of the numbers, we got all the way down to like 55 this morning. All right? So we're going a little slow. That's why I was interrupted way too much. All right? So again, I would like for you to try to do as much as you can tonight. Right? And then tomorrow I just like to say, hey, who's having trouble? All right, and then I can help you with some particular problems. When you know you've made a mistake, you're not sure about something, you should be highlighting and say, hey, you need to review that. All right, does anybody have any questions with what they're supposed to do? Try to get it done. All right, there's really and truly, I don't think there's that much left. All right, a lot of it is just repetition, repetition, and then guess what's down at the very end?
Answer.
Yeah, if you want to check your answers, you can do that also. All right. That way, you know, I don't want you to go through and do them all and make mistakes. Check your work. All right.